I had a thought and I lost it. Something about the channel and not wanting to. Oh, I know what it was. It's kind of chilly out here today. I've got a couple of getting some grounds together, trying to get some grounds hooked up in that truck. So I'm working right here and the battery. So that ground right there, I don't think is going to work right there because that nutsert is aluminum. I mentioned that in another video. I got a self tapper. I'm just going to put a self tapper in and move that one, and this one I'm going to put a new connector on and just put the two of them together right there. I'm going to clean up that spot with the grinder so I make sure I'm making a good connection. I'm trying to get better at running the camera, doing some of this at the same time of videotaping. That blue's going to work just as good. So some of that's just practicing. I noticed that on one of the videos, I noticed that it felt crazy that like I was moving around too much and the camera was like all over the place, and watching it I felt like I was getting a little dizzy. And I've watched some guys before where they move around, you know, and they move the camera with them like this and the background's going just way too fast, and I don't like it. So I'm trying not to do that, and I'm trying to do things so that I get what I'm working on in the picture, so that you guys aren't just seeing me talking to a camera. Okay, take this out to the truck. How'd that work out? Not bad, not too shabby. We'll find out right now if that blue is the right size. Yeah, it went in there, so that's good. Oh, is this gonna fit over top of that? Yeah. Okay, now I crimped that. Okay, I'm gonna need both hands to heat shrink that, so. Okay, I might have to pull this battery out real quick, because that thing's kind of behind the battery. So, let's see if I can get this battery out. Getting to this a little easier. That's holding that battery tray in. It's a little chilly out here, and I know that like last year I was out in like way colder than this, but for some reason this one right here, I think it grounds to kind of like that, like I'm doing right now. But I don't know that I've double checked that yet. So I need a little punch. Got the punch. There's this spot. And I'm just using a self tapper, so probably not in reverse. Oh. Okay. I got another self tapper right here. And make sure I got that thing going the right direction. I do. There we go. Oh, now there's two of them down there. Let me turn this light back on. Maybe that'll help me. Honestly, what I should do is I should just go get a bit and put a pilot hole. Get a drill a pilot hole first, I guess. That should help. I got another self tapper, so I don't have to fish out the other two that fell down there. There we go. And I have a washer for that. Right. There we go. I actually feel like I should have put that down through there. I'm probably going to take that off and put another, I think I'm going to hook this onto there, this ground. And I don't know if I have I brought this wire, I thought maybe it would be about the same size, but it's not. But I believe, I'll look at my pictures, but I believe that was grounded to the body of the car. I don't think it was grounded to that. Yeah, I think it was grounded to the body of the car. So I just got done making a deal with a guy on a riding lawnmower that does not have a deck. The guy said that he used it just for his grandkids to cruise around on in the yard, and so, which is exactly really what I want it for. I'm gonna modify it pretty heavily, but so anyway, I'm gonna be going to get that today and bringing it back. It's another day, obviously. I got that one, well, not one ground, but I got those few grounds put together and stuck on. Now I'm going to crawl underneath there. I've got to pull that canister down. I don't know what that thing's for. It's something to do with the fuel tank pressure, some crazy thing like that, or vapors. And it was a part of the car, and so because it was a part of the car, I just kept it. In the future, I'm probably going to delete it. I'm probably going to get rid of it. But for right now, I had a lot of stuff that I was needing to get rid of, and so I just kept it. So, but it's got to get plugged back in, and so I have to crawl underneath there. I have it bolted up to the bottom of the bed underneath, between the outside of the bed and the frame rail, and I have to drop it down so that I can get to the plug and then send the wire down there and plug it in. That's what I'm working on at this very moment. Then I'm going to, I've got some ground straps that I'm going to work on. hooking up. But I'm going to crawl underneath here and see what I need. Take that little light with me. I suppose I'll take you guys with me and show you what I mean. I don't even know if I got the camera facing the right direction or not. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see that well or not, but that's the can. And the plug, I can't see a plug from underneath here, so the plug must be on the top. So I gotta take a couple bolts off, and then this will slide out, and then I'll be able to fish the wire down through here, get it plugged in, and then put that back, and then that'll be done. And then I'll work on the next thing, which is probably gonna be right here. Actually, now that I think about it, I could probably use one of these bolts for the ground strap and just ground the body to the frame from right here. I think I'll do that. Alright, I got this thing down. That's what I'm looking at. I gotta plug that in. And so when I was taking the car apart, I unplugged that, and then after unplugging it, I tried to start the car and it wouldn't start. So I know that that has to be plugged in. And so that's one of the reasons I'm not really wanting to delete it as it's right now, because I think I have to program something in the computer to tell it that it's not there. And I don't know how to do that. So until I know how to do that, I'm gonna just run with it. Anyway, I've got to get the plug down through the floor in one of these holes that I've got going down here. The floor of this bed is starting to look like Swiss cheese right around this battery. Anyway, let me get that done. Get it down there, get it plugged in. And then I think that I'm just going to go ahead and use what bolts I'm working on down there as bolts to throw a ground strap in. One small issue that I have right now with that is that plug is too big, obviously, to go down in one of those holes, and I'd like to get that in with the grommet that I have. I got a bunch of wires. I sent a bunch of wires down through there through a grommet, and there's only 2 wires on that plug, so I'm gonna clip that plug off, butt connect it, heat shrink it, get it put back together under the trucks through that grommet. All the others I've took the time to put them in a grommet, and if I don't do that with this one just because I'm in a hurry, then I'll be disappointed with myself. So I'm just going to take the time and kind of stop what I'm doing here and get this done. So I was struggling with trying to get these wires fished through this grommet, because that grommet's pretty packed with wires already. So I'll just show you quickly what I did. I took a piece of tie wire and I just wrapped electrical tape around it, and then let me see if I can set you guys right here so you can watch. So then I'm able to just stab that right through it and pull those wires right through real easy. Just basically like a needle and a thread. And they're through. So just thought I'd show you that. Reconnected, got it reconnected, got the heat shrink on there. I went and grabbed this. This is the ground straps. This is one of the ground straps that came off the car. And so I'm going to just clean up around the hole at the 2 bolts down there, one at the body and then one at the frame. And I'm going to go ahead and hook this up so that I have a good ground from body to frame. And I need to do the same thing between frame and motor. And then I just have to look around inside to see if I have any straggler grounds in there that need to be grounded. So those are the things I'm trying to get done in this video or today, you know. So before I put that thing back up, it just looks like a good spot for me to do this. And I'm already right there, so that's what I'm going to do. I just have to take one more nut off. And then, you know, like I said, clean up around it. And anyway, I'm going to take care of this real quick. Okay, thought I'd bring you guys under here before I get too carried away. I just have to. This is my reconnection. Shrunk up and stuff, so I'm just going to take some electrical tape, wrap it around that. Right here is where I've hooked up my ground to body to frame. I can't hook up the other end of it yet. I'm just going to hook it to this bracket for this fuel filter. And I can't do that yet because this has to go up first. The reason I had to take the fuel pump off was because that wouldn't come out. So I'm going to tape this up real quick, plug this back in, and then stick it back up there. So I will probably get you guys back when I'm ready to stick that up there. So I got this thing plugged in, and now I got to get it put back up in there. So let's see what I can get done here. This was a bit of a tight fit. I got this truck jacked up in the front, and I still have trouble fitting underneath it. Okay, come on. Okay. That didn't feel right. I didn't feel like that went right. Okay, let's try this again. Can't get my fingers in there either. Okay, that felt better. That's threading right. There we go. I'll just tighten that thing up. Times like this is exactly why I have a hard time getting motivated to come out here in the cold. When you know you gotta crawl around underneath the truck and hold on to cold wrenches and everything. It's sort of difficult to get motivated. Okay. Now, this is going right here. And here's my nut for it. Hopefully that's the nut for it. It must be because it's threading on there. Okay, and then here's the other one. Which I might have goofed up right there again. Oh man. It doesn't quite fit. Come on, there it goes. Okay. Okay, I'm probably all in the way where you guys can't even see nothing. Probably like, we can't even see what you're doing. Well, that's good. I mean, what's good is that I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Last nut, and then I'm winning. Okay. So that is that. And now I just gotta tighten up these two here. One of them is a different size because I didn't have another one of these bigger size bolts, so I just used this smaller one. And that's the way it goes. What did I do with the wrench? Did you guys see what I did with that wrench? Oh, there it is. I can at least get this bottom one, or this front one. Okay, and then I think I gotta get a 1/2-inch wrench and a 1/2-inch socket to get that one. I'll do that real quick, and then that's checked off my list. This ground is checked off my list. I still have to come through and get all these wires. Well, I did go and get this lawnmower, this riding lawnmower, for a little go-kart platform. And I will turn this around and show it to you. There it is. Pretty cool little unit. No deck on it. So the gentleman reassured me that it ran. He actually had a video of it running, but the battery's no good in it. So what I'm going to do right now is, because I'm impatient, I don't want to wait, I'm going to grab a battery, the battery out of the 61. I'm going to put that and jump start it, and just hear it run and whatnot for you. So let me get that battery put in a truck and whatnot, and we'll fire that thing off, see how it sounds. Years ago I had an old Ranch King riding lawnmower, and I've often wished I still had it. It was a cool old lawnmower. But this is what this reminds me of, is that old Ranch King. This is going to be a cool platform for making a go-kart. So it'll be fun. This is going to be fun, I think. And hopefully you guys think it'll be fun to watch. Watch working on it. I'm already like scheming on how I can get it closer to the ground. But right now I just want to fire it up and see how it sounds. On his video that he showed me, it sounded pretty good. So anyway, I have the key here, and we'll open this up. The fuel is turned off. So I'll turn the fuel on. And let's see. Choke. Neutral. Maybe we give it a little bit of throttle. Huh. I can smell the fuel. Pulled the choke off a little too soon there. They don't want to stay running. Well, let me check fuel and see if maybe it's not out of fuel. If I can smell the fuel, it's like maybe I'm. Well, it definitely runs. So it just didn't want to stay running, so I'm wondering if it's not. I can smell fuel right now really good, so I'm feeling like possibly it's flooding. So at any rate, I'm gonna check things over and maybe give it a shot again. I'd like to be able to start it up and have it run long enough to maybe run it, see what it does. But I don't want to get too crazy involved in messing with this thing right now because I got other things that I have going right now. So, but I hear it run. It ran good. So just smells like it flooded. Okay, and now I'm scheming on how to get that out of the pickup by myself. So, because it's kind of middle of the day and everybody's probably working, and I don't want to leave it in my truck. It's looking like it's gonna rain or snow, one of the two. Probably rain, but anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open the gate up. I'm gonna back the truck up to, there's a little slope from the sidewalk up. If I get the tires, back tires will pick up at that spot and set the tailgate down, and then I got these two piece of plywood. One of them's a LVL, but I'll run those from the tailgate and then I'll just run it down, ramp it down. Should be able to do it by myself. Like that. And if I can't and all goes wrong, you guys will be able to laugh because I'm going to go ahead and record it. Why not? Well, I nearly shot that thing out, huh? Hit the brakes and watch it fly out of there. but that could have happened. Okay, I guess I gotta take it out of gear, huh? It says it's in neutral. Maybe that's why it wasn't wanting to run. That doesn't seem to be neutral. It doesn't seem to be in neutral. Why? Well, I don't really know why it's not wanting to roll. But that probably will help me. That one will fall down. Well, I managed to get it done. Without hurting anything or myself. So I finally found neutral. So it's now rolling in neutral. And I'm starting to wonder if maybe I put it into gear or something when I was trying to start it, and that's why it's really a finicky thing right here on the shifters. Like if you go a little like that, then it's, see that, and I barely moved that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but so it's just it's barely. Now it's done one. There it goes. But that went the other way, so it's like there. Nope. Finding neutral, this thing's really, there it is. Really hard to do. Anyway, I'm wondering if maybe that was the case if I bumped this shifter, because it didn't take much to come out of neutral, and without the clutch pushed in, you know, that would potentially kill it. So I put that battery away already. So the date on this battery is March 2017. It's a few years old. But anyway, the guy told me the battery was no good. So I'm really kind of squirreling on this thing, if you guys understand my term, squirreling. There was a movie where it was like, squirrel. So, because I was doing other stuff. I was working on a truck, and then, you know, I hooked up that canister, and hooked up that body to frame ground, and then I took off to meet this guy to get this thing, and since I've been back, I've just been messing around with this lawnmower. It's kind of exciting for me. I think this is going to be a fun project. It's something that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to take an old riding lawnmower and make a like a go-kart out of it. So I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be fun. And like I said in a previous video, that this is going to give me something to do in the shop where I can be, you know, I can turn the heat on and have something to do while I'm in here. I will not abandon this 61 completely. I'll still be working on that, but I am gonna see what I can do about this. I had thoughts of like buying, you know, getting a hold of a motor that's a little bit more powerful than this one, and trying to make this go a little faster. And I think right now I'm probably not going to do that. This is running. I'd like to know that it drives, so I'd like to get it running enough that it's warmed up that I can try to drive it and see how it drives. But I think what I want to do is just see if I can get it, you know, pretty much slammed down. Come up with a way to get the front end brought up and the back end sat down to get it closer to the ground, and just because I think that'll look cool, and it'll, you know, handle a little better, and then play with that, and then maybe just, you know, as it progresses, you know, see about changing the motor. But for now, I think I'm just going to leave the motor and such the way it is, and just see if we can get it lowered down, looking cool and whatever. So that's going to be the plan for this, is just to try to go for a cool factor of something just to ride around on. And it looks like the tires are, both driver's side tires are pretty low. So I'm going to grab the air the tires up to see that I don't have a slow leak, or if I just have a complete leak. They both seem like they're flat pretty much. The only reason this thing doesn't weigh that much. But I want to check that. The seat will be a kind of a fun, maybe recover the seat, you know. I think it's going to be just kind of a fun little project. The steering needs help. It's pretty, but cool. I like the fact that it's a runner. You know, it's not something I have to try to figure out how to get it running. I had found another motor, go-kart motor, that I could buy and take this motor off and then put that go-kart motor on. But like I said, this is running, so I don't think I want to spend the money right now for another motor when this one's running. So I think we'll see how this works out, how fast this thing will get going, and I know that I can probably get it to go a little faster by changing gears, you know, pulleys and things. But yeah, anyway, this is gonna be fun, I think. And I haven't mentioned this to my grandkids yet, so that's gonna be a little bit of a surprise for them. I don't think that they really watch my videos all that much. Like, I don't think my daughter and my son-in-law watch my videos very often, so I don't think that they're gonna see this and be like, "Oh, Papa got a riding lawnmower." If they don't walk into my garage, they're not probably gonna know. But if they find, you know, if they do see it, that's cool. It doesn't matter. But anyway, this will be fun. And I'm still, you know, like I said, I'm not abandoning the 61 altogether. But I'm just kind of plugging away at it. It is going pretty slow. I mean, you see, you know, I didn't get much done just now, but something's better than nothing. So that being said, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Call this, you know, a video, and I don't know for sure what I'll do next week, whether that's going to be working on this or more work on the 61. I do have plans for making up a used oil burning heat stove and hooking that up into this shop. I have an old wood stove that I got from like a remodel project or something. It was getting discarded and I brought it home. I think I've had that thing for like 25 years or better, and it's just been sitting. And I got to thinking about, you know, heating this place. I lose a lot of heat out the, you know, there's no bird blocks in this. There's no insulation in the shop. And I have extra, you know, used motor oil sitting around. So I started thinking maybe I could convert that wood stove into an oil burning stove. So I've been doing some research on that here lately, and so I'm probably going to do that. Well, not probably, I am going to do it. I'm already scheming on it, figuring out how to do it. But that one I think I'll probably film and put that out as a video too. And I'm probably going to be doing that soon because I want to warm it up in here, especially when the temperatures really get cold. Like right now, I mean, the temperature that we're at right now, I feel like I'm just whining about how cold it is, just because it's not that cold. It's, you know, it's 35-ish, so it's not that cold, but the snow is coming down. It's getting closer, and it's only going to get colder from here, and so I don't want to be caught like I haven't done anything to try to keep myself warm, and then all of a sudden it's frigid cold. So anyway, and I'll bring you guys along for that video of doing that. So just kind of doing different stuff other than just the 61 all the time. You know, all the time my videos, it seems like just about the 61, and I know that can be pretty boring. So on this video, you probably will see this lawnmower as the thumbnail, just introducing this project. But obviously not really doing anything with it. So I had a thought and I lost it. something about the channel and not wanting to. Oh, I don't know what it was. I don't want to be the guy that starts projects and never finishes a project. And so I've been real reluctant to doing something like this where I bring something else in that I'm starting another project when I haven't finished the 61. However, the 61 it's a big project, and I'm trying to build a channel at the same time of working on the truck, and so trying to, you know, do the whole keep views and build the channel. So I am going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and start this project at the same time that I have the 61 going. But I'm going to jump back and forth so that I do a dedicated 1 week to just this thing, and then dedicated 1 week to the 61, and then dedicate 1 week to like this furnace, this heater. Anyway, bear with me on that. Hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully you guys aren't like stuck on this F100 as like the reason that you're wanting to have some variety. That's what I'm trying to get at. I was getting pretty long-winded right there, and apparently even the camera decided it was tired of listening to me. No, the battery only did. But yeah, so it's variety is really what I'm looking at, is just trying to bring in a little bit more variety to this channel and what I'm trying to do. The 61 Unibody was a great start for me to get going on recording and starting this channel. And I'm just trying to come up with other things to try to keep it a little bit fresh. That project is taking quite a while, and I really feel like it's getting boring for a lot of people. And so, especially with this wiring, I feel like this wiring thing is just going on and on and on. You guys probably feel the same way. Like, man, when is he ever going to get that thing wired and done? And the answer to that is I don't know. Hopefully soon. I'm tired of it, and I think that's part of it too. It's part of why it's hard for me to get motivated on it, because I'm just dragging my feet, tired of doing the wiring on it. I wish the wiring was done, but it's not, and I have to keep plugging away at it. But I need something just to kind of break up the monotony as far as that's concerned for me and for you guys. So, but mostly it's just going to help me and help build the channel, I think. So that's what I'm doing. And like always, don't forget that Jesus loves you, and so do I. And until next week, have a blessed week, and thank you very much for watching.